This gigantic monstrosity flying above the water's surface isn't a plane, and it's not a boat either. It's something in between. This type of unique vehicle utilizes an aerodynamic phenomenon to achieve high speeds by flying above the water's surface. It's called the ground effect. Simply put, when this kind of machine flies close to the surface, it experiences reduced drag thanks to the airflow around the vehicle interacting with the ground beneath. This airflow is called the cushion of air, which allows birds, like pelicans, to fly longer distances. Soviet engineers were behind this vehicle, naming it the Ekranoplan, or Ground Effect Vehicle, or GEV, with this strategy in mind. The full prototype saw flight in 1987. It was tested ruthlessly at the Caspian Sea, which showed formidable results, earning the name Caspian Sea Monster. Like most of the technology of the Cold War, Ekranoplan was planned to fight against the naval and ground forces of NATO countries. After the collapse of the USSR, the project was abandoned completely due to the high costs of maintenance. But any tourist can visit the old abandoned prototype at the beach of the Republic of Dagestan, located in the Russian Federation. While Ekranoplan was mostly a military project, there were ideas and concepts to create one for civilian purposes. We could only imagine the possibilities of using this type of vehicle for things like travel or cargo delivery. Meet this sea glider from the Regent Craft. This battery-powered vessel is both a seaplane and a hydrofoil. Its purpose is to connect coastal cities and carry 12 passengers at a pleasant 180 miles per hour while producing 0 emissions. Which brings us to the question, what does it share with Ekranoplan? Well, remember the cushion of air the Ekranoplan utilized to fly longer distances? Regent's vessel utilizes that cushion of air to extend its range and increase speed. As for now, Regent's starting range is stated to be 180 miles. But with the introduction of next-generation batteries, the company plans to extend their range to 500 miles. It's interesting to note that the Sea Glider, being a maritime vessel, falls under the jurisdiction of maritime regulatory agencies rather than aviation organizations such as the FAA, which every aviation startup must engage with to obtain necessary certifications. The Sea Glider, as a maritime vessel, likely finds it easier to obtain the necessary permits for its operations, including carrying up to 12 people and transporting cargo. The first steps towards these goals have already been taken. In August 2022, the Sea Glider went through several tests to prove the concept of such a vehicle. But this was only a scaled-down version of the aircraft, not the full version of it. The manufacturing of the vehicle is ongoing. The prototype is going to be made and tested in 2025, so there is still a long way for it to succeed. And we can't wait for the company to achieve its goals. Can you imagine seeing sea gliders making wild journeys from one place to another? It could take passengers from Los Angeles to San Francisco, New York to Boston, Tokyo to Hamamatsu, and so on. However, until we get a new generation of batteries and better prototypes, we'll have to wait patiently for it to become a reality.